Okay guys, welcome to another video. So this is the part 2 of the music genre classification video that I created last month. So at that point of time I was facing some issue because of the sample input data had a corrupt set of files. So I have removed and cleaned them up, and I've tried to re-implement the same problem. So the problem statement, just to recall, was basically talking about automatically classifying the different musical genres. The data set that we are using for this contains a list of or a set of WAV files that are classified under 10 possible genres that you can see here right now. So for example, it could be of a genre type blues or classical or country and so on. So these are the 10 different types of genres. So what we are going to use, what we had used to basically classify is something called the Python speech features. Now Python speech features is it's basically a library that supports the common speech features, and one of the most popular ones is the Mel frequency cepstral coefficients. So it's essentially what it does is it could extract, or it is used to extract the low frequency and kind of time or low frequency and time related features within the WAV files that we can use to kind of train our model and then identify similar features for a new incoming file and predict whether it is of the same genre or a different genre. So that's where this particular library helps us with. Now the second important library or package that we are using is the SciPy WAV file package, which we'll be using to extract and read the WAV files, and then the typical NumPy and other Python libraries that we would need are the following, as you see here. So in the last video I've already gone through like creating the different functions that we would need. For example, this is the function which actually performs the distance calculations between the two instances that we are referring to, and just to go back to the background, so we will be using a k-nearest neighbor algorithm to first of all categorize or identify, basically create a training data set with the different categories or the genres already being identified, and for any new input or the new WAV file that will be coming up, we will be using k-nearest neighbor to identify the category for that file. So we have broken down our code into different functions, and this one is basically a function that gets used to calculate the distance between the two neighbors, and this is the get neighbor function, which is actually performing or using this distance function here to get the distance between the two neighbors. And obviously by going by the various steps involved in k-nearest neighbor, essentially what we are trying to do is, depending on the value of k, we are trying to find and group the nearest neighbors or the nearest instances which have along with their class or along with their label, and the top k neighbors will be used, or the top k neighbors will be used to identify the label or the class for the incoming input file or the new input file that we are trying to predict value for. So okay, so without getting into the details of these functions, because I've already covered in my previous video, let's get to this step. Now this step was where the WAV files were getting read, and a particular basically all the data within the WAV files was getting read, and then it was getting converted into a data file which is my.dat, which would basically capture the features that we would need. So if you see what we are trying to do here is, first of all, this is our source directory where we have all the different kind of files or WAV files within the different categories already being labeled. So what we are doing is, for each of these folders we are going inside the folder and then trying to identify the rate and the signature. Now these are the features that we are basing our calculations on. So within the WAV files we extract the rate and the signature for each file within a given directory. So if you see here, for folder in the list directory, now the directory is this churn original directory, and for each folder within that directory we are keep picking up each file, and for each file we are getting the rate and the signature. Then we are using the this mel frequency cepstral coefficient function which we have imported, and using that signature and the rate to identify the features, the specific features based on which we will be categorizing the files. And then once we have the features identified, what we do is, for basically we dump, or for each file we are dumping the specific features into the MyDat data file. Now after this entire loop will get executed, what we'll have in the MyDat file is a collection of all the features of all the different files, irrespective of the genre. Okay, so based on like once we have that MyDat file already calculated and available here, what we'll do is we will load a new sample, or basically we will once we have this data file created, we will load this data, because this is going to be our data set that we will be using for training the model. So we'll use the load data set function that we have created here, and it takes input as the file name, the dat file input. The split is nothing but the training and testing split. So in this case we are using 66% of our data set as our training data, and the remaining 34% as our testing data. Okay, and the training set and the test set is what we are passing here. So and right now it's all blank. Okay, so okay, making predictions now. Yeah, this is the part where we are making the actual predictions. So yeah, just a minute. Okay, yeah, right. So basically in this load data set function, what we are doing is we are passing the data file that we have captured here, and this data file has all the features that we have extracted from the individual WAV files collected into a single file in dat format. Now we are passing this data file. We are also passing the split or training testing split ratio, and we are passing blank training and testing set arrays. So what this function is doing is it's reading the values from this data file, and it is basically converting or splitting the data into a training set and a testing set, and it's populating the training set and the testing set based on the split value. So if and again it's kind of it is done so that we make sure we get the random samples being segregated between the training and testing set, rather than just simply splitting the training and testing sets in one shot. The reason for that is we want a mix of different genres in both our training and testing set, rather than having just a specific set of genres totally going into training set and the remaining set going to the testing set. This will not be the correct way to divide our data set into training and testing set. That's why we are using this function. Okay, so once we have the training and testing data available or splitted as per this function, what we do is make the predictions. So we are using KNN. So what we are trying to do here is based on the different functions that we have created, the nearest class and the get neighbors. If you see, we have created this nearest class neighbors where the neighbors are being extracted using the get neighbors functions, and again for this get neighbors functions we are using this distance function to identify the neighbors. So it's all kind of nested functions being used here. I will be sharing a link of the code so that you can go through the code and try to understand how this is working, and if there are any issues or doubts you can let me know. I'll try to explain it in the comment section. So we'll make the predictions, and then we'll also try to identify the accuracy of these functions. Now the accuracy is nothing but the test set. Since we already have a test set and we are making a prediction on the test set itself, so what we are doing is we are matching whether our predictions whether the values that our prediction are suggesting are matching with the actual values or the actual labels in the test set. So that's where we are getting this accuracy of around 67 or 68%. Okay, so this is the overall model build part. Now we want to test this model again on an external sample files. Now for that, what we need to do is what this particular code is doing is because the labels that we are kind of predicting are actual values, as in they are integer values from 1 to 10 denoting these different genres. But in the result output, what we want is we don't want numbers, but we want the actual genre name. So what I've done here is simply I have created a kind of results dictionary, where for each of the different genre based on the each of the different genre based on the folder name, I am creating a new kind of key value pair, where the genre will be linked to the ID of the genre will be linked to the genre name. So if you see here, the results, it contains the ID of the genre and the genre name, so that when the model predicts the result, rather than showing these integer values which the model is actually going to predict, we show the actual genre name or as the output. So okay, so now this is now in order to test our model, the sample files that I've used are available at this location. These are open source or kind of free sample files that are available. So I have used these, and I'll just show you the URL. So this is the URL, and I have used these sample files here. There are multiple sample files available, so I've used these, and for each of these sample files I have tried individually to predict the genre. Okay, now let's try to okay, let me try to predict it, starting with the first file. So this test.wave file, first of all, let me try to play this file so that we get an idea what kind of music it is showing. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this test file, extract the features from this test file, and then basically use the prediction function, the nearest class prediction function that we have built to predict the class for this file, and then basically use the results key value pair based on the predicted ID to get the class. Okay, so let me first try to play this test.wave. Okay, so let's go to the folder where so this is the test1.wave. let me try to play this file. So if I play this file, so this is the sound. Okay, so let's try to predict, or let's try to run this for test1. So now these are all the files available in this test folder. So I will run this code. Okay, and I'll extract the features for this test1 file, and I will try to make predictions for this file. So if you can see, this says it's classical. Let's try it with the test2 file here. So with test2, let me try to play this file. So if I go back and play, okay, so this is how it plays out. Let me try to run the code for this one. So test2 again, and if you want to predict the result for this one, so this is getting a genre of jazz. Our model is predicting it as a jazz genre. So let's try it for test4. So if I go back and test4, let me try to switch off the music and then play this test4 file. Okay, so let's try to predict the category for this one. Okay, let me try to predict 20. So it's predicted as a country music. So like this is the overall completed code. Now what I'll do is I'll paste the GitHub link or reference to this project, and you can go through the code if you are really interested, and you can let me know if there are any questions. So this is my first attempt on doing something related to deep learning. So if I am at mistake at anything, just please let me know. I'll try to improve on that. Thank you. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and I hope this will help you learning a bit as far as machine learning is concerned. Thank you.